southern Kentucky. This is WYNT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, today Oklahoma became the first state to go to trial in a lawsuit against the makers of the painkillers critics blame for the nation's opioid crisis. The judge is allowing cameras in the courtroom, which could bring to light new details about what the drug maker knew about its highly addictive opioids and when. CBS's Kenneth Craig reports.
To put it bluntly, this crisis is devastating Oklahoma.
In his opening statement, Oklahoma's Attorney General called the opioid epidemic the worst man-made public health crisis in the history of the country, and he blamed consumer products giant Johnson & Johnson for fueling it.
How did this happen? At the end of the day, Your Honor, I have a short, one-word answer: greed.
At the peak of the opioid crisis, overdoses killed more than 500 Oklahomans a year. In 2017, the state filed a lawsuit accusing major pharmaceutical companies of executing massive and unprecedented marketing campaigns, misrepresenting the risks of addiction, making billions of dollars in profits, and leaving Oklahoma to bear the enormous costs of the resulting public health crisis. Jamie Stafford was prescribed painkillers after a 2007 car accident and became addicted.
How dare them not take responsibility up front for what they've caused?
Janssen Pharmaceuticals, which is a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson, argues it acted responsibly and that Oklahoma's allegations are baseless and unsubstantiated.
Janssen did not invent this disease. It is trying to assist with the treatment.
This is the first trial out of hundreds of lawsuits against opioid manufacturers, and it will be decided not by a jury, but by the judge. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
2 of the 3 companies that Oklahoma sued, Purdue Pharma and Teva Pharmaceuticals, have already settled out of court with no admission of wrongdoing.
Well, it was another hot and humid day here in the mountains, but at least it's been dry and once again beautiful. We've seen plenty of sunshine throughout the day, and that's going to continue as we head into those evening hours. You'll notice as we take a look, Interstate 64 over into Moorhead, a few clouds here and there, but overall we are seeing sunshine, and even looking over into Stonecrest, a few puffy clouds here and there, but seeing those beautiful blue skies. Once again, sunshine as well. Satellite and radar really haven't had to deal with anything today in terms of rain chances, or really in terms of just major cloud cover. I saw a little bit more yesterday, but today we're looking pretty clear. That'll actually change as we head into tomorrow. But check out those temperatures, those mid to upper 80s, so pretty warm out there. A little bit cooler if you look over into Wise, showing 82. Even in Pikeville, only 84. Not too bad over there. Those dew points, though, they're into about those mid to upper 60s, or even those low to mid 60s. So it is a little bit muggy out there, getting sticky to uncomfortable outside. That'll continue at least into the next few days before we see some relief on the way. But as we head throughout the rest of the evening, you'll notice temperatures starting to cool off just a little bit, but will be mostly clear as we head into the overnight hours, and it'll be another warm one at that. But tomorrow will bring back some scattered rain chances. I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes. Steve.
All right, thank you, Paige. The search continues for a man accused of murdering his girlfriend in Whitley County. Deputies say Nicholas Rucker shot and killed Vicki Connor last week in the Woodbine community. Police say Rucker was seen in several areas, including Pruitt Bend, Goldsburg, and last night he was seen back in the Woodbine area. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office says they came across Rucker while responding to a tip, but he managed to get away. Rucker is considered dangerous. If you see him, you should call 911 immediately. We'll have much more on the search coming up at 6. The Supreme Court has weighed in on another abortion case. This time, the court is allowing part of an Indiana abortion law to stand, but another part that lower courts declared unlawful will not go into effect. The justices let stand a lower court ruling that Indiana cannot ban abortions performed because of fetal disabilities or because of the sex or race of the fetus. However, the court sided with the state law, which says aborted fetuses can no longer be disposed of as medical waste. They have to be cremated or buried. Now, this is what Vice President Mike Pence, who was then governor, had to say about the bill in 2016.
I will continue to stand for the sanctity of life for the unborn, especially for those with disabilities.
8 states have passed more restrictive abortion laws in 2019. 5, including here in Kentucky, passed so-called heartbeat laws, which ban abortions after 6 to 8 weeks. And Alabama passed a near total ban on all abortions, even in cases of rape or incest. Netflix is pledging to help the ACLU fight Georgia's abortion ban. The state's governor signed a bill that bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat can be detected. Since then, several producers and actors have refused to work in Georgia. Others, like J.J. Abrams and Jordan Peele, are continuing to film in the state, but are donating to organizations that are fighting the law. Netflix says it will rethink its position if the law comes into effect. That is slated to happen January 1st. President Donald Trump is on his way back from a 4-day visit to Japan. During the trip to the USS Wasp, the president told sailors and Marines that he is committed to increased military spending. President Trump praised his trip, saying the U.S. and Japan are now closer than before.
We've had some great talk on trade. We've had some great talk on the military, and we discussed, of course, North Korea. I think we've made a lot of progress on a lot of subjects.
However, the president and Prime Minister Shinzo Abe were not able to come to an agreement on a new trade deal, saying that would likely have to wait until August. Media reports in Japan say the suspect in a knife attack that wounded at least 19 people at a bus stop just outside of Tokyo has died. Police have not publicly confirmed the suspect's death. There are also no official death toll numbers in the attack. A local fire department told the Associated Press that 1 person died, but some media outlets are reporting at least 3 deaths, including the attacker. Some parents at Betsy Lane Elementary School in Floyd County held a protest after a recent decision made by the Board of Education to suspend 4 employees. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher has more from the parents and the superintendent.
Chanting on the side of the highway near Betsy Lane Elementary School Tuesday afternoon. These parents are upset after the Floyd County Board of Education suspended 4 employees.
And something's got to be done. We got to stand up for them. We got to stand up for our school and our community.
Stephanie Williams is a parent.
We're out here protesting in support of John Kidd and Rebecca Ratliff.
The decision comes after the Kentucky Department of Education launched an investigation of the 2017 K-Prep test scores. Around 1 week after the investigation, the Board of Education received their findings.
They released their findings, and in the findings, they identified 4 individuals that they felt were responsible.
Superintendent Danny Adkins says the report claims 4 employees, including the principal and vice principal, falsified those test scores.
They also interviewed staff, students, administrators.
The Education Department threw out those testing results for the entire year.
I think the state needs to emphasize more on our children and then numbers or test scores.
Regardless of the findings, parents argue for more proof of wrongdoings.
This needs to be looked into more. I feel like this was a rash decision.
And they hope to see those suspended employees back in school next year.
We love them, we support them, we want them back.
In Floyd County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
The 4 people named in the report were suspended with pay but will not be hired for future employment within the Floyd County School District. Superintendent Danny Adkins released a statement, and you can read it all on our website, WYMT.com. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Tuesday afternoon. The Dow closes down today more than 237 points. The Perry County Senior Citizens Center hosted its annual Radio Day today. Each year they host the event on WSGS in Hazard. People and businesses can call in for much of the day and make donations to the center. This will help pay for the meals, trips, and other activities for local seniors.
We're trying to raise much-needed funds for our Senior Citizen Center here in Perry County in the Hazard area. It's in the park. It's the log cabin in the park, which is a beautiful facility, just gorgeous. And we have 40 to 50 people there that eats breakfast, lunch every day, Monday through Friday, which is a free for them.
Radio Day just wrapped up a few moments ago, and we hope to have a final total later on WYMT.com. Straight ahead on First at 4, an attorney from the United States is the latest climber to die on Mount Everest.
And scattered showers and storms return, but so do those cooler temperatures. We'll break down that full forecast in just a few short minutes.